Good afternoon. My name is Changeiywo. I am the chair of the CICADA Indigenous People Development Project, CIP. I'm sure you have met Peter Kitelo.
I have.
Yeah. I'm sure John has met Peter Kitelo.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah, he was a bit committed elsewhere. So he told me to come and attend this meeting, this conference.
We are honored to have you here.
Thank you very much. So I am now available for your engagement. Some time back I was a bit busy in the university as one of the administrators, but my term ended. You know, as a director, as a chairman of the department, I did 12 years. So now I have time for my community. What I wanted only to do today is not to present anything. I want to invite you to Mount Yellow. That is the home of CICADA. The only person who has come there is Michael. Yeah. And maybe through the photos. Yeah, so what I will do is I will give you the picture of the mountain, and then from there now show you the picture of a forest conserved or protected by the community. And then I will show you some changes in terms of livelihood. We have moved from hunters and cattle because of some other reasons. So, like in hunting, we have left there simply because poachers came. When they did poaching, the government could not differentiate between a hunter and a poacher. So we were the victims because the others come and go, and that's we are around the area. So we are captured. And so we changed a bit of the livelihood. Although some time back we had very few cows. That is why him was calling us the robots. The Maasais were calling us the robots. Because we had few cows, we were busy hunting. Ours were given by nature, so we didn't have to struggle looking after cows. Yeah. So ours was just culling and picking the right animal for the right time. And we know when to hunt. And also there was scattering and all this. But with technology, things have changed. So that's what I wanted you to appreciate. The first slide. Sorry. Yeah, that's Mount Yellow. Almost a peak. When you are in Uganda, you have another section similar to that. If you climb from the Uganda side. But Mount Yellow is at the border of Kenya and the Uganda. And in Kenya it is in the two counties, the county of Trans Nzoia and the county of Ngoma. So if you are looking for Mount Yellow, Google around the Mount Yellow, you'll find it in Uganda, but come to the ones of Kenya. That is the top part. That is now it is grassland. And a long time ago, wildlife was roaming around there. That's why we were now picking one by one. And then because of interborder conflicts, when there were problems in Uganda, they had nothing to survive on. They came and did poaching. And then when the government came, they find us within this area. Then they say, you must be the one who has killed the buffalo, you must be the one who has killed the elephant. So there was that conflict. So people decided now to change a little bit and they moved to cattle, keeping cattle and the sheep, goats. So that's now one of our livelihood now. And then also population has increased. Modern technology has come in. But one advantage is that the land is intact. The way I saw when I was a baby, up to now it is just still the same. Some of those trees have stayed for many years. They are just like that. They were like the 60s and the before. What maybe there is the grass. That's the one which animals can clear, and after some time they grow. So we have moved to the next part. That's now the community forest. This is the community forest. We have protected the way it is because of the benefits we get from there. That's the bamboo forest and the bigger trees. So within there we have beehives, and then also we harvest the honey and all this from there. One advantage is that we have what we call animal, something like totem. And then also we have the trees, which when you are in a certain family, there are some trees that they don't kill animal and treat them, something like that. Where we put your beehives and all that, you won't allow anybody to fell the tree and all this. That's a very nice forest, and you will see later on. We are struggling. The government wants to manage this site. With us as a community, we need to manage this one. So there is a struggle. Yeah, the next one is still a forest. Yeah, showing it is the same. The next one that I'm showing is a forest of cedar. That's now next to my Manyata where I live. So this sometimes I send the cows to graze inside there. Yeah, they pick the grass, but they leave the trees. So the animals we keep don't destroy the environment. The trees will remain like that for centuries and the centuries to come. Because of that, we have decided to engage the community members. That is true. We are trying. Peter and my colleagues are mobilizing the community members to sensitize them about although they know more than we know. Those of us who have gone to school, we know very little about the conservation of the forest, unless you have done environmental studies and forestry. But these people, they know which type of tree is medicine for what type of disease. They know which season is what, another one is about to flower for some other reasons. So they have some, so that these community members are involved. You may find that they have traced differently compared to what I will show you. That was a picture of 1950s. So that is now land mapping now for information. They are trying to put some information and all this. This is mapping that that has been carried out. There is where it has been kept. If you go to the board, you will find. I think my friend might have seen. Now that is our ancestral land. How it was some time back. That is CICADA site. Although we used to extend up to that, but we don't want conflicts now. So we have to throw those ones in Uganda, they can throw on the other side. That is here. So these ones are names of places, caves, and all these. Things I was reading a program, a lot here. After we have done that, we have involved some friends. Those are some of our friends who have come, and we talk together and we see how we can, the international community can come in so that we can be able to conserve in a way that is understandable within the community and also outside the community up to the national level. Now that one is, that picture, we found it in London. It was taken in 1959. And that's how our houses were. And this is how we were dressing. These gentlemen here, they are sheep there, looking after sheep. That is what it was. And that's around the mountain. We have lived there for many centuries. And this is one of the evidences of 1959 and all that. What I want to tell you is that things have changed, lifestyles have changed. We have now moved to cattle, and that's our only road that is entering there. I'm sure that's where you almost ended. That's where the Maramas ended. But the other side is a loose soil. Yeah, those are the types of animals that we eat. I was looking after cows, but I was driving. So I had difficulties. I had to leave the field. So, I mean, modern way of life and the traditional way, they don't match. We have, and then that is another one. Now we have also moved to sheep. I was trying to bring this one, we keep sheep. And then the housing has changed now. From the previous one we saw, 1959, to this type of housing, where we used the grass. 1959, there was no difference between the Maasai Manyata and our Manyatas. They were all the same. They were smearing on top with the cow dung and all this. And when the rain comes, sometimes the heavy rain, but this one is a bit, so we have moved to that, but we want it to be environmentally friendly. So that's where we are reached now. Now that's the school. We have 5 primary schools in that community, the most recent one. But I want to assure you that this school, it was there when I was in primary school, when I was learning in primary. Later on, because of conflicts in Uganda, people came and destroyed the school, took mabatis and the rest. If you see the school, it is not new. It was there in 50s, but we started reconstructing after 2007. After 2007, we started reconstructing this way. Because the people in Uganda had machine guns and the rest, so we had to take up. That was my primary school, but it is now a new one. What I have done only is to contribute to the new mabatis, to the new iron sheets, simply because we want something that is green according to the environment. 1 minute is remaining. So I wanted to show three. Thank you. Add another one before 4. Now, this is how is Mount Yelgon. If you get the photo from the aerial, that's where we are. But this is where it has been destroyed for settlement. So the forest here has been destroyed. Somewhere there has been destroyed. Up to there, up to the bottom of Uganda, destroyed. All this place, it has been destroyed, just for settlement and the logging. Those are the people. Some people have grown machines like those ones to work on the forest. That is where the government is saying we are conserving. That is Kenya Forest Services are in charge. I know in a place called Kaberwa, you might have seen when you are climbing, about 20 kilometers downwards. So that's what they have destroyed. They have destroyed indigenous trees, planted these exotic trees, and they are now harvesting. And where they have harvested, you cannot see anything growing like indigenous tree. So that is one that I wanted to, we shall, as we conclude, those are the type of the products they are taking. Those are the guys transporting virtually everything. We just been there for many centuries. Okay, thank you. In brief, what I was taking you through is the picture of the area. One, where the indigenous community control, the forest is still intact. Where because of the population growth and the nature of lifestyles changing, we have changed from hunters and gatherers to semi-pastoralists. In other words, we keep now cattle, we keep goats. If you go there, they find them. Don't complain why we are not still doing hunting and cattle, but we still have people doing that, but in a small scale at the moment. Now you are invited to Mount Elgon. Come as a tourist. 1, come as a researcher. 2, come as a development partner. 3, and then also just come, but don't come and with the power soul. We shall not allow you to come with the power soul. So you are welcome. Welcome to Mount Elgon. There is room for research in so many areas. Me as a researcher in the field of education, at least when I see a lot of opportunities. So I say welcome to Mount Elgon. Anyway.
I think we have about 8.5 minutes for questions. So comment? There's a question.
I saw a photograph there of Justin Kenrick. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of our friends.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you for a beautiful presentation and it's a great way to begin to get to know, and very much look forward to visiting someday. But the photo of Justin raised my question. What kind of strategy do you have? What kind of alliance do you have with Forest Peoples Program? What are your goals in working with them?
The goals that we have is to see if we can collaborate in terms of conservation and capacity building, and then also we consult them when we have legal issues. We collaborate with the legal issues to be addressed. One is there have been a lot of evicting the object from that land. And then there is a land tenure in that community is among us. During colonial time, we had been recognized and given native reserve, where it was actually recognized as a native reserve. Immediately after independence, it was converted to trust land. And then recently, after the 2010 constitution, when we wanted to change it, because all trust lands were changed to community land, we were told, no, this is a water tower. When we were told it's a water tower, so we have a conflict, so we have to go to court. And we have consulted those friends of ours. They are supporting us indirectly in the court cases. We have two court cases. One, we wanted to convert the place to community land. The other one is, there were recent evictions where even Peter Giteller's homestead was banned by the government security forces, that he was in the forest illegally. Yeah, simply because he has been having contacts with you people. They said, no, we don't want this man. He goes to international forums. Yeah, so we have something. Yeah, I don't know if I have answered your question. If I avoided somewhere, maybe it is not technical. I mean, it is not. I didn't avoid to answer fully. It is not a technical issue, but in social field, you can explain something in different words. Yeah. Okay.
John has a question.
One of our PhD students, Scott Matter, carried out his doctoral research in Nosobuki, where there had been clearances. Basically, the people who had settled in there were cleared out and was reoccupied by Maasai and Nokia. They felt that the land had been taken from them by the people who had come in. And one of the things that he found is that economic activity dropped after those people had been chased. They were no longer cultivating. Many people who had shops were gone. People with on transport coming in and out were gone. So suddenly, although they thought they would benefit, in fact, they probably did not benefit, at least by the economy and the busyness of the place going down. And I just wondered if this is a bit of a paradox, because land rights are important and sacrosanct, especially in these areas for Okia. On the other hand, most of Kenya has been, different people live together, and it's a very dynamic society, and they sort of benefit from one another. So what do you see about the future of a place like on Mount Kenya, Mount Elgon, in terms of ethnic compatibility?
There is a possibility of benefiting if there is harmony. The migrant group and the indigenous people there, if they come and live, they coexist in a harmonious way, then there will be a benefit. But when they come, the migrants come, and they wanted to take all the resources, then even if their economy is booming or vibrant, it is only vibrant in the process of exploitation. Like if you see those people with the timber and all this, those ones are not, when they are now selling those timber, their business is booming and they in the area. You find even the children of the area will stop going to school or even looking after the cattle to come and they cut the timber, load them in the lorries, and they get some little money. So they see as if the economy, the economy is okay. But after some time, they will have cleared the trees, they will have cleared whatever they want, and then they will still go away, but they will leave the place worse than they found. So we shall not, the Ogie themselves will not have benefit. It is better to have the economy that you can manage yourself and that is rooted to you than the immigrant economy. Yeah, because these people are they will migrate to their economic capabilities. So the ones of Venezuela, generally the economy was vibrant because they were destroying the forest. They were dealing with the timber, and where they have removed the forest, they were planting, the soil was still very fertile, getting a lot of maize, getting a lot of potatoes, and a transportation system. So it is better to have a manageable economy, and it is sustainable for the future.
So I think we have time for one last quick question and quick answer.
I had a quick question. On the Ugandan side, it's declared a national park, right?
Yes.
I was just wondering whether that changed things throughout history, the border and demarcating that as national park on that side versus the Kenyan side. Was there a history of social relations across that boundary, or did that not play a role?
Earlier, it was just like a common land. There were Ogie area in Kenya, and there were some Sebeis speaking the Ogie language on the Uganda side. And then the Bakishus, the Uganda side facing Bali. But the Bakishus were cultivators. They were down there cultivating. So that's their forest was up there. And they were not, they didn't have a lot of cattle and all this. But they were also having anders and cattle, which were there. Now, the Ogie here in Kenya and the Sebei on that side, they had a lot of interaction. But because of different governments in the two countries, the other one moved straight away to make it a national park because it was a sanctuary for rebellious guerrillas. It was a sanctuary for that. So they want to make it a co-noso, yeah, where they cannot, other people cannot go and stay there. They will be, it is a national park. With us in Kenya, we have a national park somewhere on the other side. We have a national park touching a bit of Transvaal and going all up to almost the moorland, yeah, where they keep animals. But these people in Uganda, because of the nature of administration, they cleared all the elephants which were in there. Yeah, they killed them, took the ivory on the other side, and they bring again to trade to the Kenyans and sell them again now, but not the idea. So I wanted to tell you that it is determined by the nature of the political instability, stability in Uganda. Yeah, that harmony is affected by it. But otherwise, there is no major business from here because it is just the traditional way of barter and trade that exists.
We're running out of time, but please, last question.
Yeah, thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. And actually, when you were going with your presentation, I was interested in going to the internet and search for the Ogiek and I've seen a very incredible video telling about the bylaws that you put
Yes,
there at your community and the same area that you are just saying about. But I went to another website. It is known as ogiek.org. Are you aware of it?
Okay, yeah, that one was
That's the one.
the one which was managed by the yeah.
This website is kind of an interactive website. So since you stopped your presentation, it tells me that more than, until now I'm speaking, is about 3 million square kilometers of the forest have been cut since you stopped your presentation. And it's going on. That the moment you stopped it, I just went to this website and
When did this start?
3 million. Then you stopped. Then 3 million
Yeah.
square kilometers.
Yeah.
Square meters of the forest has been cut now.
Square kilometers.
Eh?
3 million square kilometers?
Yes. So how realistic are these things that you are doing?
It is possible. If it is, you need to know which forest is it. If it is in Kenya, you must know in Mount Kenya, Mount Yelgon, Mount Pingat, Trees Pingat. Yeah. But the one of Mount Yelgon, I can tell you, we have controlled the upper zone. Where there is conflict, you might have had conflict 2007, is where people wanted to settle. They fought among themselves in Changeiywo settlement scheme. So I want to assure you that that is possible. It is possible because you are looking for the forest in Kenya. But I am not very sure whether you included the Tanzanian forest and all this when you are full. It is possible, but also you have to know when it is start. Because in Kenya was a forest. The whole of Kenya was almost a forest. Some communities clear theirs. We always say in my place, everybody cleared his own mound. Until we are the only ones remaining with our own mound. And now everybody wants to claim our mound. In other words, these forests are on our land. So we are not in the forest, please. The forest is on our land. Thank you.
Thank you.